Welcome to the Murder Maze, where we unravel the twisted paths of the most chilling criminals in history. Today we delve into the sinister story of Harold Shipman, a trusted doctor who turned into one of the most prolific serial killers the world has ever seen. What drove a man, sworn to heal, to take so many lives? Stay with me as we uncover the horrifying truth. Harold Frederick Shipman, also known as Dr. Death, was a British physician responsible for an estimated 250 deaths. Born on January 14, 1946 in Nottingham, England, Shipman grew up in a working-class family. Despite the ordinary beginnings, his life took a dark turn that left an indelible mark on medical history. How did a man of medicine transform into a harbinger of death? Early life and career. Shipman was a bright student, excelling academically and earning a place at Leeds School of Medicine. After graduating in 1970, he began practicing as a general practitioner. Initially, he appeared dedicated to his profession, gaining trust and admiration from his patients. However, beneath the facade of a caring doctor lurked a sinister intent: the murders. Shipman's modus operandi was as chilling as it was calculated. He primarily targeted elderly women, administering lethal doses of diamorphine, a medical-grade heroin, under the guise of treatment. Using his position of trust, he manipulated his victims into believing they were in safe hands. But why? For control? For power? Or for something far more sinister? Discovery and arrest. The truth unraveled in 1998 when Kathleen Grundy, one of Shipman's patients, was found dead. Shipman had forged her will to claim her estate. Suspicious of his actions, Grundy's family requested an autopsy, which revealed a lethal dose of morphine in her system. This revelation led to an investigation, uncovering a horrifying pattern of deaths tied to Shipman's practice. In 2000, Shipman was convicted of 15 murders and sentenced to life imprisonment without the possibility of parole. However, investigators believe his actual victim count exceeds 250, making him one of the deadliest serial killers in modern history. Tragically, Shipman never confessed to his crimes. As chilling as his crimes were, they also spurred significant reforms in the medical field, particularly in monitoring controlled substances and improving patient safety measures. The moral here is clear. Never be afraid to question authority, even when it comes from those we trust the most. Over a span of more than 2 decades, he is believed to have murdered approximately 250 patients, predominantly elderly women, by administering lethal doses of diamorphine. Modus operandi Shipman exploited his position as a trusted family doctor to carry out his heinous acts. He would visit patients in their homes or see them at his clinic, where he administered fatal injections of diamorphine, a medical-grade heroin. Following their deaths, he often falsified medical records to suggest that the patients had been in poor health, thereby masking his involvement. Victims. The majority of Shipman's victims were elderly women living alone. He targeted individuals who trusted him implicitly, making it easier to carry out his crimes without arousing suspicion. The Shipman Inquiry, a 2-year investigation into his actions, concluded that he had murdered at least 215 patients, with suspicions about many more. Notable cases: Kathleen Grundy, 81 years old. A former mayoress of Hyde, Mrs. Grundy was found dead at her home on June 24, 1998. Shipman had not only killed her with a lethal injection, but also attempted to forge her will, leaving her entire estate to himself. This blatant forgery led to his eventual arrest and conviction. Marie West, 81 years old. On March 6, 1995, Shipman administered a fatal dose of diamorphine to Mrs. West in her home. A friend of Mrs. West was in the next room during the murder. Shipman later provided conflicting causes of death to her family, first citing a massive stroke and then a heart attack, surviving victims. While Shipman's actions led to the deaths of many, there were instances where patients survived his lethal intentions. However, specific details about these survivors are scarce, as much of the focus has been on the victims who lost their lives. The public inquiry primarily concentrated on confirmed deaths and information about surviving victims is limited in public records. Harold Shipman's betrayal of his patients' trust serves as a grim reminder of the potential for abuse within positions of authority. His heinous acts prompted significant changes in medical protocols and the monitoring of practitioners in the UK, aiming to prevent such atrocities from occurring in the future. In 2004, he was found dead in his prison cell, having taken his own life. The ending and moral. Harold Shipman's story is a grim reminder of how trust can be weaponized. Thank you for joining me on this dark journey into the life and crimes of Harold Shipman. If you're captivated by stories that navigate the murky depths of human psychology, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more gripping tales on the murder maze. Until next time, stay vigilant and stay safe.